Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to study the notes of Class 8 English, The Emperor's New Clothes. Question answers and summary. First main, some statements are given below. Some are true and some are false. Tick off T or F before them. Also indicate the scene number in which you can find your answer. First, I want tailors who will make me magic clothes. True. Scene number 1. We require a large quantity of the finest silk and the purest gold thread. True. Scene number 1. I shall wear the new clothes in the coronation that I am expected to lead. True. Scene number 1. Only the gentlemen who are fit for their jobs can see the cloth. True. Scene number 1. I must send my special assistant to see what is happening here. True. Scene number 2. The courtiers showed great surprise to see the emperor. True. Scene number 4. When the emperor reached the balcony, there was pin drop silence. True. Scene number 4. Next main. Some important events in the play are given in a jumbled order. Put them in the order in which they are in the text. Question number 1. The emperor wears new clothes and walks towards the balcony. Answer. The emperor is fond of wearing new clothes. The chief advisor visits the looms to inspect weaving. Answer. The emperor wants a different set of clothes. The special assistant pays a visit to see how the weavers are preparing the clothes. Answer. He orders to find a new tailor to stitch his clothes. The emperor is fond of wearing new clothes. Answer. The two tailors visit the palace. He orders to find a new tailor to stitch his clothes. The answer. The chief advisor visits the looms to inspect weaving. The emperor wants a different set of clothes. Answer. The special assistant pays a visit to see how the weavers are preparing the new clothes. The two tailors visit the palace. Answer. The emperor wears new clothes and walks towards the balcony. A little child cries out that the emperor has no clothes on and he is as naked as a baby. Answer. A little child cries out that the emperor has no clothes on and he is as naked as a baby. Next main, four alternatives are given for each of the questions. In complete sentences, choose the most appropriate one. The emperor was fond of wearing new clothes. The tailor who came to the emperor palace claimed that they were magic tailors. The weavers told the emperor that they required the finest silk and the purest gold thread. According to the weavers, the clothes made by them could be seen by wise men fit for their jobs. Who cried out with laughter that the king was as naked as the baby? Answer. Child. Read and write. Read and discuss your responses with your partner, then write. Question number 1. Why was the emperor not able to give much time to the business of his kingdom? Answer. Every day, Emperor spent many hours trying out new clothes. Therefore, he was not able to give much time to the business of his kingdom. Why did the emperor want a new set of clothes every day? Answer. The emperor was very much fond of new clothes every day. To him, new clothes are more than anything else in the world. What did the chief advisor tell the emperor about the two weavers? Answer. The chief advisor said that the two weavers were magic tailors. They had learned a secret method of making the finest silk cloth and the most beautiful clothes from that cloth. They were waiting to see him since the previous day. What did two weavers say about the magic way of making beautiful silk cloth? Answer. The two weavers explained about the magic way. The silk cloth is finely woven with many rich colors and attractive patterns. That type of dress can be worn by only the great emperors like him. What did the two weavers say about the magic cloth be different from the ordinary clothes that people wear? Answer. This is magic clothes only wise men can see, but fools will not be able to see. Only those who are clever and fit for their jobs will see, and those who are foolish and unfit for their work will not see. Like this, it is different from ordinary clothes. Why did the emperor think that the weavers had given him an excellent idea? Answer. The emperor thought that he will not only get a new set of clothes, but he would be able to find out or judge who are fit or who are not for their post. So he felt it was an excellent idea. What conditions did the weavers lay down for starting the work? Answer: the weavers required a large quantity of finest silk, the purest gold threads, and several jewels before starting their work. How did the two weavers start their work on the two looms? Answer: the two weavers worked on the looms pretending to weave. Before that, they put all the fine silk, golden thread, and jewels in their bags and kept it secretly, but they did not put anything on the loom. Why was the chief advisor greatly surprised when he first saw them working? Answer: the chief advisor saw that the two weavers seemed to be working very hard. They were pretending to weave, but nothing was there on the loom, so he was greatly surprised. How did the weavers try to confuse the chief advisor? Answer: the chief advisor came into the room to find out how the weavers were getting along with their work. He did not see any cloth on the looms. The weavers welcomed him, took him near the loom, and started describing the pattern of the cloth, which was actually not there. They said it had dark red and sky blue colors on the gold background. The chief advisor got more and more confused, but he agreed with the weavers out of fear that he would be considered a fool and an unfit officer. What made the chief advisor feel worried about his own fitness for the post he was holding? Answer: the chief advisor did not see anything on the looms. The weavers confused him, saying that there was cloth with beautiful pattern and colors. He remembered that the weavers had said only the wise, clever, and fit people could see the magic cloth. This thought made him worried about his own fitness. What was the terrible experience of the advisor's special assistant? Answer: the weavers showed him the imaginary cloth which they had been pretending to be weaving. The special assistant was also confused. He had been told that the weavers had done a good job. The thought of his own foolishness and inability to not seeing the cloth made him consider his experience as terrible. He decided to keep the secret to himself. How did the two weavers pretend to make the emperor's new clothes and help him wear them? Answer: the weavers kept everything given to them in their bags. They pretended to work on the looms on the imaginary cloth. They confused the chief advisor and the special assistant with the description of the magic cloth. Then they came to the emperor pretending as if they were carrying clothes. The weavers requested the emperor to go into the dressing room. The king removed the clothes he was wearing. The weavers pretended as if they were dressing the emperor. Finally, there was very little cloth on the emperor's body. Why did the chief advisor request the emperor to show himself on the balcony? Answer: the chief advisor requested the emperor to show himself to the people before the procession set out because they were waiting to see their emperor in the new dress for long hours. The emperor would come to the balcony to please them. What was the emperor's reply to his request? Answer: the emperor was so happy and agreed to his request and told after dressing he would come definitely. How did the courtiers behave when the emperor walked towards the balcony almost naked? Answer: the courtiers showed great surprise to see the emperor having a little clothes on his body, but no one says the truth. What happened when the emperor reached the balcony? Answer: when the emperor reached the balcony, cheers stopped all of a sudden and there is pin drop silence. But the little child, crying out with laughter, said that the emperor had no clothes on his body. And the king became so poor that he had no money to buy clothes. Next main, answer each of the following questions in a paragraph. Question number 1. The emperor has been described as proud and foolish, but he has another serious weakness which is shown in his behavior towards his chief advisor. Write a paragraph describing the emperor's character. Answer: the emperor had a great weakness of clothes. He liked clothes more than anything else in the world. He wanted new clothes every day. He would spend a lot of time in dressing room trying out new clothes. He was angry with the chief advisor for not getting him the best clothes. He thought the clothes he had were not fit for an emperor. He decided to banish all the tailors from his kingdom because they were all worthless in his opinion. He wanted new clothes and new clothes only. Next question. Imagine you are the child who laughed at the king at the end of the story. Narrate the scene to your friends and write the narration. Answer: my father and I went to see the procession of the emperor yesterday. Many people had gathered on both sides of the road. People were shouting, "Long live the emperor, long live the emperor." The children were singing and laughing. It was a festive atmosphere. We were all eagerly waiting for the emperor's arrival. We were told the emperor was getting into new clothes. He took a long time to come out. Finally, he stepped out onto the balcony. It was a funny sight. People were shocked to see the emperor. They stopped cheering. There was pin drop silence. The emperor was not wearing any clothes at all. He was as naked as a baby. I could not control myself. I laughed aloud and told my father that the emperor was naked. All of us laughed at the funny sight. The emperor was ashamed to stand before us. He ran back into his dressing room. Next question. The weavers tricked the emperor. Do you think what they did was right? Answer: yes, what the weavers did was right. The emperor was proud and foolish. In addition to that, he was very fond of new clothes. He spent so much of time trying out new outfits that he had no time to take care of the affairs of the kingdom. He neglected his duties towards his subjects. He had become very selfish and arrogant also. The weavers thought of a plan to cheat him. In doing so, they taught him a very good lesson. Vocabulary. Look at the following opposites. Useful, useless. Powerful, powerless. Hopeful, hopeless. Helpful, helpless. Worthy, worthless. Careful, careless. Note here, the suffix less means without, as in noiseless, without noise, purposeless, without purpose. Now make as many phrases as possible and use them in sentences of your own. One example is done for you. Example: useful or useless. Sham have given us a useful or useless suggestion. Number 2, colorful, colorless. Hari brought a colorful book. Meaningful, meaningless. My mother gave me a meaningful advice. Helpful, helpless. This product is very helpful to women. Purpose, purposeless. This meeting was purposeful. Soulful, soulless. The rival group made a soulful agreement. Powerful, powerless. The committee's decisions was powerful. Worthy, worthless. The witness gave a worthy information. Next main, read the following phrases given in the web diagram. From the web diagram, frame phrases like a setup. First match them with their meanings given in the bracket, then fill in the blanks. Set on a journey, set forth. To be put in writing, set down. Be opposed to, set against. Trigger, set on. Begin, set about. Establish, set up. Next main, use the correct form of the phrase 4 verbs given in verb 3 and fill in the blanks appropriately. Why don't you set down your ideas on paper? Ravi and Raju have set out on a journey round the world. How long will you take to set up this machine? Suma set herself out going to university. If we all set up, we can finish the cleaning in an hour. I have to buy some woolens before the cold weather sets in. Next one, read the sentences and match them with their meanings. So here are the sentences. You need to read this and you need to match, and here are the answers for that. Next one, read the table and study the example. Different form of words are given. Different form of words. These are all the different form of words. Next, now frame sentences using each of these words. Form example: the scientist was successful in his effort. Success brings happiness. Krishna Devaraya's successor was inefficient. If we want to succeed, we should work hard. RCB succeeded in match at Bangalore. The succeeding CEO brought the company to a great height. Nowadays, the success rate is rapidly increasing. The unsuccessful students work hard for the next examination. Next main, fill in the blanks with the correct form of words in brackets. One example is given. Write the different form of words and frame one example for each form of word. The dog was named Tommy. I am hoping that you will succeed this time. I hope you will not disappoint me. His love was only a pretension to cheat me. He pretended to love me. The child was healthy and good looking. The child's health is perfectly all right. It is our duty to service old people. Service brings satisfaction. Parents' prime duty is educate their children. Nowadays, education become a business. Next main. Fill in the blanks using the appropriate form of words given in the bracket. We had a wonderful holiday at Ooty last summer. The weather was cool most of the time. We had pleasing showers almost daily. The food was delicious, but father thought it was rather spicy. The people were friendly and the scenery was extremely attractive. We took a lot of beautiful photographs of the hills and valleys. One night we watched a show of folk dance and music. Oh, it was so entertaining. On our last day, we went to the State Emporium and bought some art things made out of wood. Next main, rewrite the following sentences after making necessary correction. News are very good. News is very good. There are 26 letters of the English alphabet. Of the alphabet in English. There are 26 letters of the alphabet in English. Please give me some information. Please give me some information. I have bought some furniture last week. I have bought some furniture last week. Politics is the last resort of the scoundrels. There are more sceneries in the painting. Next, the following words are generally used in the singular: furniture, alphabet, scenery, machinery, information, vacation, hair. The following words have plural form but take a singular verb: physics, politics, economics, news, innings, headquarters. Next main. Read the following passage and answer the questions. Man is an enemy of many animals. Baby seals are clubbed to death for their skins. Crocodiles are tracked down and their skins are used for handbags and shoes. Elephants are destroyed for their ivory, which is used for jewelry. Whales are hunted for their oil. The whale species is being endangered to satisfy man's love for fashion. Questions. Make a list of the animals mentioned above and for what use they are killed. Animals and their use: elephants, jewelry; baby seals, skins; crocodile, skin for handbags, shoes; whales, oil. The above passage deals with man as an enemy of animals. So this is the paragraph. Then grammar, reported speech. Read the conversation between Aladdin and a stranger. Stranger. Are you Mustafa's son? Aladdin. Yes, sir, I am, but my father is dead. Stranger. Don't worry, my son. This is indeed a sad news. I am your father's brother. Go and tell your mother. Now Aladdin went to his mother. Aladdin. There is a gentleman at the door. He says he is my uncle. Should I bring him in? Fill in the blanks in the paragraph given below using the clues given. Note the above conversation is in indirect speech. Aladdin met a stranger who asked him if he was Mustafa's son. Aladdin told him that he was, but his father was dead. The stranger consoled him, saying not to worry, and said that it was indeed sad news. He further informed him that he was his father's brother and asked him to go and tell that to his mother. Aladdin went and told his mother that there was a stranger at the door who said he was his uncle. He further asked her if he should bring the stranger in. Next task 2. Now express the following sentences in the reported speech. Kiran said to Reshma, I am enjoying his new job. Kiran told Reshma that he was enjoying his new job. Renu has invited us to the party, said Reshma. Reshma told us that Renu had invited them to the party. Kiran said, we must attend the party, let's plan for it. Kiran said that they should attend the party and added that they should plan for it. Kiran's father said, "You must visit your grandmother more often." Kiran's father said that he should visit his grandmother more often. Reshma said, "We are planning to visit her coming Sunday." Reshma said that they were planning to visit her the following Sunday. "Last month you were busy, so you dropped the idea," said Kiran's mother. Kiran's mother said that the previous month he had been busy and hence he dropped the idea. Next, writing punctuations. Task 1. Look at the following sentences and observe how the commas are used. Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India, was born in Hyderabad in 1879. Indira Priyadarshini, daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, became as famous as her father. Note, a comma is used in writing to denote a pause. Next, task, insert commas whenever necessary. Sir John Smith, the Vice Chancellor, arrived just now. As the teacher entered, all students stood up. "John, when will you come?" said Prerna. Not knowing whom to address, he kept silent. If you do not know the answer, ask the teacher. Next task, read the following sentences. Observe the use of apostrophe. We celebrate Children's Day on November 14th every year. Teachers' Day is celebrated on September 5th every year. This is men's wear and this is women's wear. The Emperor's New Cloth is a play. A Nation's Strength is a meaningful poem. Next task, use apostrophe whether necessary in the following paragraph. Aristotle was born in Stagira, a Greek outpost on the Macedonian coast. His father was a doctor in the court of Philip II of Macedon. When Aristotle was about 17, he left for Athens, where he became a pupil of Plato. He stayed in Plato's academy in Athens of 20 years, first as a student and later as a teacher. Then he was invited back to Macedon to tutor Alexander, Philip's son. Aristotle's enthusiasm for wisdom and for free expression of ideas greatly influenced the young prince and played a role in eventually making him Alexander the Great. Interestingly, Socrates' disciple was Plato, Plato's disciple was Aristotle, and Aristotle's disciple was Alexander the Great. Here is the Emperor's New Clothes summary in English. Once upon a time, there lived a proud and foolish emperor who was very fond of wearing new clothes. He spent most of the time trying out new clothes, so he had very little time to attend the affairs of the kingdom. One day, the emperor was in an angry mood because he was not satisfied with the dresses which were brought by his chief adviser. He asked his chief adviser to banish all the worthless tailors of the country. He wanted new clothes and a tailor who can make him a different set of clothes every day. The chief adviser informed that 2 weavers were waiting to see the emperor and they were magic tailor also. He ordered to bring them. The 2 weavers came and explained their wonderful clothes. To prepare the wonderful dress, they need finest silk, purest gold thread and several jewels. Emperor agreed to provide all they need. The weavers sewed their magic dress, which was not only beautiful to look but also make the emperor to judge his people. Because only wise, clever and fit for their jobs will see, and those who are foolish, unfit for their work will not see the dress. The emperor considered that he will be able to find out who is fit to manage the affairs of his kingdom and who is not. The weavers were provided with a large quantity of silk, the purest gold thread, and several jewels to decorate the dress. Next day evening, the chief adviser came to see the weavers. Weavers were pretending to weave. They seemed to be working hard, but he could not see the clothes on the looms. The weavers described the color, pattern, design of the cloth. They exaggerated the beauty of the dress. The chief adviser positively responded to the weavers because if he said that he can't see the clothes means he is a fool and not fit for his post. So he decided to send his special assistant to see what really happens. Then the special assistant suspected the weavers. He was surprised that nothing was to be there on looms. The weavers, as usual, praised the clothes as they did to the chief adviser. The special assistant also thought off as the chief advisor. The weavers told that dress would be ready by the next morning. On the day of the procession, the emperor came with the chief advisor, the special assistant, and other courtiers to the hall. The weavers took him to the dressing room. All the people outside heard the low voices of weavers and emperor. The chief advisor requested to the emperor that if he show himself on the balcony before the procession, the people will feel happy. The emperor agreed to come. After dressing, the emperor walking through the hall towards the balcony. The courtiers showed great surprise to see the emperor having little clothes, but no one says anything. When the emperor reaches balcony, cheers stop all of a sudden and there is pin drop silence. Then the little child crying out with laughter, "Look, daddy, the emperor has no clothes at all. Has the king become very poor? Does not he have money to buy clothes?" So this is all about your notes, textbook activities and summary of the lesson, the emperor's new cloth. All the lessons, previous lessons, I have already uploaded the notes of that in my channel. Kindly check out. Thank you.